So happy to be with you all, and thank you for coming and enjoy this presentation. We only have 30 minutes, so we have short period of time, so we're gonna try to take the best of it. And it's a great topic, fear. And just a few points before we start that I think is important for you to know. Before anything, please go and have paper, pencil, crayons handy. That's important when I be doing an activity. So take these moments that I'm talking to go and get them in case you don't have them close. Another thing to remember, talking is powerful and we will have the time to do so. This is your moment, so use it wisely. There is no right or wrong. Whenever you're doing in this activity, we're not looking for something right or wrong. And then you provide meaning to whatever you experience. Be creative and curious. Please look at the best way to contact me. If you see on the presentation on the left, you'll see my Instagram account. That's the best way to contact me now. Even though the account is in Spanish, you can send me a DM if in case that I don't have enough time to answer all your questions. Okay, so if you already have paper, pencil, crayons, anything handy, let's start. And fear, challenging emotion. If only I don't feel fearful. If only I don't feel fear. And whenever people come to my practice, when they're sitting in front of me, and we're working with this emotion, and believe me, it's really, really common. They ask me, well, I wish I didn't feel fear. And I say, well, in that case, you might not have your survival emotion, because fear, it is a survival emotion. It's not a bad emotion. It's just an emotion. And emotions are thermometers of what's happening inside us. And fear, what happens is either we are kind of stuck or we run away. And let me ask you, what happens with you when you face a fear? Do you think that you normally freeze or you run away? You don't want to know anything about it? And again, this is not right and wrong. Imagine you're in front of danger. I mean, you want to run away. You don't want to be facing fear. Let's say that you're camping and then you see a bear. I mean, the wise thing to do is to go away, right? So just try to think like what happens with you, because normally when we feel an emotion, there is a reaction, right? Okay. And then they're going to ask you, because if you are probably attending this workshop or this networking event and you read, oh, it's about fears. So I'm assuming, and also because we are all humans, that there's something that you're afraid of now. And I love these pictures because I hate spiders. So I'm so afraid of spiders. But I want to ask you, what are you exactly afraid of in this moment? So take your time, like that thing that is kind of making you feel like not moving. And I'm going to ask you to now go, please, and draw. What is it that you feel that you fear the most now? You don't have to be an artist to do so. And please do so, because you will be using this for an exercise we'll be doing in a few minutes. So take your time, go there, draw that thing that is kind of not allowing you to move. And again, there is no right and wrong. You might feel there is judgment coming. Oh, I should not be I might not be feeling fear about this experience or this event. No, I just want you to go and draw it. So I will give you just a few minutes to do so, 1 minute. Do it as big, as small. If you see it like with colors, the more you kind of express it, the better. If you even want to name it, do so. If you don't know how to draw it, don't worry, just follow the pen. It will guide you, believe me. Next one. Okay. So for a moment, you draw what you fear the most now. The next question is, what is on the other side of fear, or that fear, that specific fear? What do you think is on the other side? And also go and draw it. So it's the fear now, and on the other side, what is it? So I'll give you 1 minute. Sorry about the time, it's 30 minutes. And if for a reason you feel like there is more to draw, feel free to do so after the event. I'll be quiet for some seconds so you can finish that. Checking fear. So after this exercise, I want you to take what you have in front of you, what you draw. And we're gonna check where you fear the most now. Is it survival? Or is that fear that is holding you back? If you see there are two images here, one on the left, one on the right, maybe both might kind of trigger fear. And I'm using these two different images to try to explain the difference between when to face fear and when to run away. Because imagine, I mean, if you're in this dark alley, I mean, if you see that, I'm probably not going to go and face it. I mean, what am I going to find at the end of that path? Unless I am Batman and I'm looking for the Joker, I might go and take this path. Otherwise, I'm from Mexico City. So if I'm in a place like this in Mexico City, there is no way that I follow that. I mean, that's my fear telling me danger, run. There's nothing there. There's nothing on the other side of the fear. However, if you check fear and you say, well, it's talking, and I was with someone who shared in one of these groups that public talking, public speaking is kind of triggering fear. And you feel that your body's reacting the same way, either if it's dark alley or if it's public speaking, the body knows no difference. It's going to trigger your body system. However, here, what is on the other side of public talking? Or meeting someone for the first time for an interview, or making the call. I remember the first time I phone call an organization called Women on the Move because I wanted to give a workshop. I wanted to cry. I wanted to yell. I thought like my first language is Spanish. I don't know if they're gonna want someone who no one's know to come and give a talk with them. That's the fear that I was feeling. But then I thought, what's on the other side of that? And that's why it's important. The fear that you got in front of you, identify, is it survival or is holding you back? It is survival, what do you want to do? On the other side, if it's holding you back, then what do you want to do? And oopsie. And if you see the image in the middle, there is this metaphor that when you go and start a journey, an adventure, and we can see that in different Hollywood movies, something called the hero's journey. Normally, you're in your comfort zone, and suddenly either destiny, fate, or your own decision takes you to something that is going to take you from that comfort zone. And leaving that is going to cause fear, probably. There is no way not to feel fear, because the brave feels both. And the person who is brave and the person who feels fear, they feel the same. The coward and the brave feels the same fear. So now, if your fear asks you, the fear is there to protect you. The fear is there to tell you, okay, I mean, we're going to the alley, but we go to public speaking because there is something on the other side of that fear. Okay, so just check that. Take a note. You're going to be feeling fear for sure. And then, having said that, I want you to complete this, to write it down and write it down. I'm not kidding. Write it down, not just say it. Why is it important to write it down? Because when you write it down, it's something more tangible, something that you can express it the most. Complete it for yourself. If I only had the guts, I would. So if you only had the guts now to face this fear, what would you do? And I love this quote here: the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. And again, fear is not the enemy. It could be your ally. And when fear understands that what is on the other side is not dangerous, but is your heart, the story is different. So this is my presentation from today. And if you want to contact me, you want to send me a note, a message, the best way to do it is through my Instagram account. And if not, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and enjoy the other two presentations that are coming.